Hey there, economy enthusiasts. Today, let's dive into a fascinating topic. How does Canada's economy stack up against the rest of the world? Whether you're a seasoned economist or just curious about global markets, this comparison will give you some insightful takeaways. First off, let's talk about GDP. Canada's gross domestic product is hovering around 2 trillion USD. That places it comfortably in the top 10 economies globally. But how does it compare to economic behemoths like the United States or China? The US has a GDP of over 25 trillion USD, while China isn't far behind with around 18 trillion USD. So while Canada is strong, there's quite a gap to the top two. Now, when we shift to GDP per capita, Canada shines a bit brighter. With around 50,000 USD per person, Canada ranks higher than many larger economies, including China and even the European Union average. This means a relatively high standard of living for Canadians. Next, let's explore trade. Canada is a trade powerhouse thanks to its abundant natural resources and strong trade relationships. It's the fourth largest exporter of oil in the world and has significant exports in minerals, timber, and agricultural products. Compare this to an economy like Japan, which relies heavily on manufacturing and technology exports, and you see different strengths at play. But it's not all rosy. Canada's economy is highly dependent on the US. Over 70% of Canadian exports head south of the border. That means any economic turbulence in the US can ripple through Canada. Diversifying trade partners is a key area of focus for Canada's economic strategy. What about innovation and tech? Canada is home to a burgeoning tech sector, particularly in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. However, it still lags behind tech giants like the US and South Korea. Investments in AI, fintech, and biotech are helping Canada close the gap, but there's more work to be done. Lastly, let's touch on public debt. Canada's debt to GDP ratio is around 90%. While this is manageable and comparable to other developed nations, it's something to keep an eye on, especially with rising global economic uncertainties. So there you have it, a snapshot of how Canada's economy compares on the global stage. It's a strong, diverse economy with plenty of growth potential, but also some vulnerabilities. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.